Hello everybody and welcome back to your 14w02b snapshot preview, part 3. Today's video, villagers. Villagers? Oh, right. Villagers. Let's start by turning this down. Oh, one new thing. You can actually lock the difficulty of your world. You sure you want to lock the difficulty to this world? This will set the world always peaceful and you will never be able to change it again. I'm not going to do that. This is just our test world. But once you do lock this, you can never change it again. So, let's get started. We still have all 5 classes of villager. And every one of them, not every one of them, some of them have been broken into subclasses or prestige classes if you like. I think this opens it up a lot more for the role-playing community. So let's take a look. The farmer has been split into the farmer, the fletcher, the shepherd, and the fisherman. Let's take a look at their trades. I did one trade with every villager just to break open a few new ones. I threw in some wheat, and he actually comes with, I think every one of them come with 2 trades to start. I didn't confirm that, but just from what I've seen, they all start with 2 trades. So I traded him some wheat. He also had potatoes, and he gave us carrots, which is really nice, bread, pumpkins, and pumpkin pie. I assume he'll give us more when we give him more things. The fletcher takes string, gives you arrows and bows and flint so you can make your own arrows, which is really nice. The shepherd is going to do a lot with wool, shears. This is a terrible trade. But you can get wool back. How do you like that? You can trade him wool 19-1, but when you want your wool back, this guy should be named the banker. So let's take a look. Colored wool as well. Some of them a little bit more expensive than others. So yeah, I think banker is probably a pretty good name for this guy. The fisherman, string, coal. I don't know why this guy takes coal, but I guess you know, you can take the Minecraftian smell out of your hands by rubbing them with coal before you bait your lines. So you can give him raw fish and an emerald and he'll give you cooked fish with all the coal that you just traded him. Okay. That'll work. 8 emeralds for an unbreaking 2 fishing rod. Terrible. But we don't know what they're gonna open up on the next trade. The librarian is pretty much the same. Yeah, I like this trade though. 9 books for an emerald. If you have a cow farm, that is an unbelievable trade. So, the cleric is really nice. This leading more into the role-playing aspect of the game. You can now trade him rotten flesh that you get from zombies instead of throwing them out of your inventory every single time you kill a zombie, which is what I do. It's now a little bit more, feels a little bit more like an MMO, so you can actually trade in bounties of evil, like evil bounties, I suppose. Ender pearls, really nice. Now you have use for the mountains and mountains and mountains of chests full of ender pearls that you will get if you have an enderman farm. The redstone I'm not sure about, but lapis is nice. Now you don't have to worry about mining every time you need to enchant something. You can come up to a cleric and throw him some emeralds. The blacksmith has been broken into the armorer, the weaponsmith, and the toolsmith, with, of course, each taking coal, but giving out armor. You can trade them all iron ingots, and they give you some armor from the armorsmith, weaponsmith. You can trade him ingots as well, some enchanted stuff. Iron axes. I'm not sure why the axe is with the weaponsmith, but I guess you can fight with an axe. I think on, I'm not sure if it's in the vanilla version of the game, but I think on servers you can actually you do knockbacks, or it helps to break armor, something like that. So Toolsmith, of course, takes coal, gives enchanted shovels, which is nice for 5 emeralds, especially with some of the other trades that you're going to get from some of the villagers. You can trade in iron, and efficiency 2 pickaxe, which is really nice. The butcher has been changed into the butcher and the leather worker. The butcher, of course, taking raw meat and coal to cook cooked meat to sell back to you, which is really nice. I guess if you're desperate for 5 pork chops for an emerald, yeah, 5 to 1. It's not too bad. And the leather worker takes your leather, gives leather armor, which is nice. Blast protection for 10 on leather. Of course, no one is ever going to use you. There's been another change to the breeding, or there's been a change to the breeding. Villagers now have to be willing to breed in order to breed, which kind of sheds a little bit of weird light onto the way that they're breeding now. But once you trade with a villager, can I trade? Yeah, I can trade you some more of this. I'll take an emerald. He goes through his normal thing of shaking up and getting a new trade, maybe, possibly. No, not from that. But the first time you trade with a farmer, or with any villager, the first time you trade with them, you get a 100% chance of them being willing to trade, or willing to breed with another villager. As you can see, I also just got experience from that trade. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. Yes, I can buy some arrows. You can see I'm at right here on the bar for 7, and I just went up to over half. So villagers, and there's not really any indication that they are willing to breed. But the first time you do a trade with a villager, I'm not sure if it's any trade or it's just the first trade that is available to them, there's a 100% chance of them being ready. Every time after that, it's a 20% chance of them being willing to breed. So, there's been something happening with the animals as well, and we're going to go ahead and check that out. Hopefully I don't fall and die like I did the first time I did this video. The first time I did this video, I was actually, didn't have my sound set up right, so I recorded nothing. A nice change with the animals is that you can still breed them, but you can now take the baby and you can use the food, and you can right click on him for a certain amount of time. It's variable. You can see he's doing his little growing up dance, but this really speeds how quickly they grow up. And then once they grow up, they are immediately ready to breed again. As you can see, I'm already feeding him some of that. So let's lure him over here to this guy. Boom. Already ready to breed. And then this guy can be grown artificially and bred again immediately with the one to his left, which is going to happen. And then that's going to be the end of our video. Thank you for joining me here today. I don't think I'm going to get into the command block stuff because I don't know anything about it. And there you go. There's another breed. Please let me know what you think of this. If you can, support this series and support my channel. Throw a like, throw some comments, let me know what you think. If you want me to continue, if you'd like me to try to get into the command blocks, it's probably going to be more than one day between videos while I learn about it. But yeah, please let me know. Thank you for joining me here. My name is Gryph82, and we'll catch you on the next one. And keep your eyes on the skies.